Hi guys, so today I want to talk about something that is about to kickstart, okay? And it's going to start on the 1st of January, so you don't want to lose guard, okay? Now, as it hot, if I want to talk like my people back home, okay? Guys, this is a program that is going to be open on the 1st of January 2024. So I'm talking about the Canada Caregiver Program, okay? So the Canadian government will be taking new applications for this particular program. Now, there are two programs involved in this pilot program, and they are the Home Child Care Provider Pilot and the Home Support Worker Pilot. So these are the two programs under the Caregiver Program, okay? And it's opening on the 1st of January 2024. Now, the reason why I'm saying that you need to be prepared is that only 5,500 applications will be taken for the whole of 2024. It means that once they get 5,500 applicants, okay, on the 1st or maybe after the 1st, but as soon as they get 5,500, their portal is closed. No more applications are allowed. Guys, this is the easiest, I can say it's one of the easiest routes to immigrate to Canada right now. Now, the other thing you need to know is that there are two categories of people who can apply for this program. Those who are seeking for permanent residence through this program. You are within Canada, you're seeking for permanent residence, you can apply through this program. And those who want to gain experience. So you want to come to Canada as a worker, work for a period of time, and then apply to become a permanent resident through this program. These are the two categories of people that can apply for this program. Another good news about the program is that the government of Canada has further reduced the number of years or you are allowed to work, with this program to be able to apply for a permanent residence. Before now, it used to be you have to work for 2 years. Under this program, work for your employer for 2 years, and then you can now apply, or you will now be eligible to apply for permanent residence. But right now, the government is saying you only need to work for 1 year, 12 months, under this program for a particular employer to be eligible to apply for permanent residence. Now, let's clarify the Caregiver Program. Now, this program is a 5-year pilot program. Now, it's been in existence and it's going on for 5 years. Now, after 5 years, the government will review this program to see if it's sustainable, then they will make it a full program. Right now, it's a pilot. This program allows qualifying family members and other, caregivers to be able to come into Canada, work for a period of time and get permanent residence, or even apply straight up to become a permanent resident. Now, applicants who are interested in this program must have a job offer from any Canadian family or employer to be eligible to apply for this program. Now, an LMIA is not needed for this. So it doesn't have to be a company that will employ you. It doesn't have to be a structured organization. Once you have a family member who is willing to employ you or give you that employment to be a home care support worker or caring for their child, an elderly person, then you can apply for this program and you will be able to get a visa. Guys, this is by far the easiest route to come to Canada. The NOC code for the Home Child Care Provider is 44100. So for you to fall under this category, you must be taking care of children either in your own home or in your employer's home. Okay, now the location of this place where you're taking care of the children does not have to be an institutional location like a daycare center. No, it does not have to be that kind of professional place. Okay, it can be just a normal sitting living room where you take care of children. You do not need to live in your employer's home to qualify to apply. So even if you don't live in your employer's home, you live in your own house, you are eligible to apply. Now, experience as a foster parent does not qualify you. So it means that if you have a child you are taking over as your own child, that you are taking care of for someone as as a permanent stop, maybe your sister's child, it does not qualify you for this program. Now, once you are able to secure a job with a family member, a friend, or anyone who is in Canada who is willing to give you this employment offer, then you can apply for a work restricted work permit. What this means is that you're going to be applying for a closed work permit. It means that the work permit is closed. It means you can only work for the same category of employer. It means you cannot work for a customer service company, you cannot work for as an admin assistant, you cannot work as a tech person, because this application or this visa type is a work restricted type of visa. So you can work for a different employer, but it has to be within the same occupation. Once you're able to get a visa, a work restricted visa, you can come to Canada, work for a while, which is about 12 months, gather experience, then you can now apply for your permanent residence and become a permanent resident of Canada. Now guys, if you're in Canada currently and you have an experience in any of these job occupations I'm going to call out now, then you can apply for this program. That is if you're within Canada. You can apply for this program. I'm going to call out the job occupations for you. Now we have home child care provider, and the NOC code for this occupation is 44100. If you have an experience here in Canada for babysitting, or maybe you have a child care living experience, you've taken care of someone's child here in Canada for a while, or maybe you are a private home nanny, you've done nanny for a while, you work in fitness centers or fitness center babysitter, you know, when people come to gym and they have people who look after kids or parents who come to the gym. Okay, so if you've worked in any of these categories, you have an experience in any of these categories, you are eligible to apply for permanent resident with this program. That is if you're in Canada already. The second occupation of people who can apply are the home support worker pilots, and the NOC code for this is 44101. That's the NOC code. I'm talking about people who take care of people with disabilities, you know, elderly people, home caregivers, family caregivers, home support workers, live-in carers for seniors. When we talk about seniors, we mean the elderly people who are of age, who are, you know, retired and of age. If you're a respite worker, all of these people fall in the second category. So if you're in Canada and you have any of this experience that I just mentioned, you are eligible to apply for permanent residence through the caregiver pilot program. Let's talk about the home child care provider. You know, one is for the child care, one is for elderly people and, you know, people of age. Okay, so there are two categories now. I'm talking about people who are already in Canada. Now for the home support worker, let me break it down further so you understand who qualifies. That's the NOC code for the home support worker is 44101. Now, for you to fall under this category, you must care for someone who needs help in a home support worker environment. And this has to be in your employer's private space. So it does not have to be in your own home. You're taking care of someone who needs care, you know, in a support worker environment, in your employer's place, not in your own place. Now, the location does not have to be an institutional location. It does not have to be a structured location. It can be just the home of your employer. So what this means in essence is that you're just taking care of somebody's elderly person in their own home. Maybe an elderly person, you're taking care of that person, you know, for your employer in their home. It's as simple as saying you are taking care of an aged person in a home, in a normal setting. Now, you don't also need to live in your employer's home to qualify to apply for this program. These are the two occupations that are eligible to apply. So check what you have and see if any of these things fall under your experience, and then you can apply. Now guys, you don't have to waste time. Gather your documents. 1st of January, start applying. Once they hit 5,500, they will close the application portal and no one can apply. For those who want to come into Canada and work, these are for people who want to gain experience here in Canada. You must at least have less than 12 months or at least 12 months of experience in any of these, you know, job occupations I mentioned, either as a child caregiver, a nanny, you know, a support worker, and all of those things in your home country. So you have to show proof that at least you have done these things before, you know, even though you have not done it for a long time. If you have like less than 6 months or up to 12 months, you are eligible to apply. So it means once you have a job offer. So what that means is that you still need to get a job offer here. So you need to get a family member who is willing to employ you here in Canada. Once you're able to get that and the person can prove that, okay, I'm willing to employ this person, or, you know, you don't need an LMIA to get this visa. Just apply on the 1st. I'm going to drop the link of the portal in my description box. Make sure you check it down below and apply with all the right documentations. And guys, be prayerful, and I trust God that He will make a way for you. And for the other category of people who want to apply straight up as permanent resident, you need to have at least 12 months of full experience in Canada for you to need to apply, you know, for permanent residence straight up under this program. You also need to have a post-secondary school education for you to be eligible to apply under this program. And any past experience, or, you know, that can prove to the government that you're able to work for this program, you also need to show it while you're sending in your documentation. For those who are applying, okay, to gain experience, who have less than 6 months and not up to 12 months of experience, who are applying from their home country to Canada through this program, you need to have a job offer, like I said earlier, from any, you know, family in Canada who is willing to employ you under this program. Secondly, you need to have a CLB level 5 in your English or French test. So it means you need to write either the IELTS or the CELPIP exam and have a band 5 score. So you don't need to even write, because there's no time, guys. You need to have had it, at least a band 5 score in any of these tests to qualify you to apply. You need to also have a post-secondary school education of at least 1 year to allow you apply, and then any past experience that you have that can show that you are eligible, you can work, or you qualify to work in this role. You also need to add it to your documentations when you're submitting your application. So what kind of job offer is needed for the Canadian caregiver pilot program? You must have a genuine and a valid employment offer from a Canadian family or from anyone who needs a caregiver in Canada. There is no labor market impact assessment. Okay, that's the Lmia. You don't need that to apply under this program. So that's why I said it's one of the easiest. And you don't need a company to employ you. It's just a family member. It could be a family friend. Now, the offer of employment has to be at least 30 hours of your time weekly, and it must be outside of Quebec. So Quebec is not one of the provinces that are allowed to do this program. So it has to be outside of Quebec. So it has to be from a Canadian individual or family member who is not a company, an embassy, a high commission, or a consulate. So guys, this is easy. Anybody who is willing to say, I want to give it to you, I want to help you, come, let me give you an employment, you are qualified to apply. Guys, the person who is employing you also needs to know that he has to pay you salary. That has to be within the minimum wage of the province where you're coming to. So guys, this is all you need to know to get going. I'm going to drop the link to apply in the description box, like I said. One thing I want you to know before I leave is that this program, which is the caregiver pilot program, has a very high fill rate. It gets filled up easily. So if you don't have all these documentations now before the 1st of January, guys, you might not be able to meet up. But if you have every documentation, you have about 2 days to go. Start putting them together so that on the 1st of January, Eastern time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, you're on the portal and you're putting in your documentation and you're applying for this program. Thank you so much, guys, for showing up and watching this video. I always want to bring you information as they come, and I thought to come in and jump on this so that you guys don't miss this. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Be good. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless you and grant your heart desires.